Hey there, this is Katie Musolff talking to you. I made this painting of a turkey here called It Is Right to Give Thanks and Praise. The idea for this piece came out of left field and it made me laugh the second it entered my brain because I was probably thinking too hard of what to paint, and I thought of the other artists and their romantic interpretations of these exotic birds from all around the world, and then the idea of just going to the grocery store down the road and buying my bird was hilarious to me. And the more it rolled around my noggin, the less I could let it go. And so it became a piece that needed to get done. So I brought the bird home. I unwrapped it. I washed it in the sink. I figured I would let it thaw out in my studio. And then by the time it was done thawing, after I painted it for a few days, I could then eat it. And this all seemed very practical to me. However, the more I looked at this turkey and the more I thought about this turkey and the more I stared at this turkey, the more I felt, I guess, guilty, bad, very much as if I was taking everything from this turkey with, no explanation. So I wrote this artist statement accompanying it. It was a letter to the turkey to absolve myself and explain myself. And that's one dialogue that went through my head. And, well, since I have you here, dear listener, I thought I would tell you the other things that went through my head as I painted this, because I wanted to write about it in the statement, but there was no graceful way. But since I have your ear, I will tell you that I thought about my mom quite a bit as I was painting this turkey, which might sound strange, and it is. However, you should know that I had lost my mom in November, and she passed away in the ICU in the hospital rather suddenly, but I was her caretaker for a long, long time, and so I was responsible for her emotional well-being, her bodily well-being. And as the caretaker, as you may know, you are watching every nook and cranny and every issue and waiting for something to happen. You have to fix it all the time, and you feel very responsible because you are in charge. Somehow this turkey lying there in my studio, surrounded by white, all vulnerable and alone, reminded me of her in the hospital. And it brought back all these very tender, difficult feelings. And the more I looked at it, the more I looked at this turkey, and the more I just looked at the skin and the bone and would touch it and move it. And I couldn't help but to remember those moments with her. And I wanted to tell you that because you probably didn't see that coming. But every time I look at that piece, I'm reminded of that other dialogue that was happening. So maybe you'll see it now in a different light, in a more tender and intimate way, and think about these animals that we interact with, and think about our loved ones, and think about how we have to protect them and love them and all of that. I think I'll end this here. Thank you for listening.